on page 49 over here. Naturally, we call that Memtet here inside the tractate. And we're talking all about different forms of idolatry in these last few pages of the Gemara, or many pages. And we're in Perek Rabbi Yishmael in today's page inside the Gemara. Friends, we are speaking about a concept which I think we spoke back in Masechet Sanhedrin only about 7 months ago. There was a form of idol worship where it involved throwing rocks or stones at like a pile where there was other stones and rocks, and this was called the Avodah Zara, the idol worship, or to Mercury, you can see. That was one of those kind of deities that people were doing, and obviously a terrible form of Avodah Zara, idolatry and stuff. So today's page of the Gemara is going to grapple with and look into different cases, what is actually consisting of Avodah Zara in a specific case like this. What will entail it? What kind of structure, if something is going to actually occur, what do you actually have to do that actually entails it over here? Now, obviously, I think this was seen as idol worship, like if the people were, let's say, travelers and they wanted protection, they felt that this form of Avodah Zara that they would do, idol worship they would do, will protect them on our ways, especially if they happen to have been merchants or people, travelers on the crossroads. So what they would do is, seemingly, they would take the rocks or the stones and throw it at this specific pile. Now, what did it consist of, this specific pile? Would it actually come into the form of a statue or not? Sometimes the pile will become so big, if the people that were coming in the crossroads or traveling over there, they would come in and throw it, then it could become like into a big mound, and that would be their form of Avodah Zara. So today's page of the Gemara is actually going to grapple with and speak about how this potentially can be forbidden. This is Avodah Zara, and it's every single page so far inside the recent, let's say the recent 10 dafim, recent 12 pages. Every single day we've concentrated on the different kinds of forms of Avodah Zara, idol worship that there could be in different scenarios. We spoke about trees. Some people could be worshipping the Asherah trees, which we know very much unequivocally is totally forbidden. There was the cases of hills and mountains where we talked about, there were three different scenarios in some of these cases, and the very different other forms of Avodah Zara that could actually take place, idol worship that take place. Obviously, it's totally forbidden at the strictest means. But what kind of level can you, these, let's say, deities, you put it on, if you rest it on something, or how it's put on something, will that actually affect the place where, let's say, the Avodah Zara that you're working on, the idol which someone is using, it does actually affect the place itself if you place it on or not? And but this is, I think, we spoke about it in Kiddushin in page number 60, today's case of the Mercury, or maybe it was 61 or 62, I can't remember so much, but it was about 7-8 months ago. I think actually it was in Masechet Sanhedrin that we actually spoke about it in detail, but just shows that one of the things that we speak about the strictness within regards to avoiding idolatry, Avodah Zara, and it's actually in various pasukim in Sefer Devarim where we actually quoted, or actually speaks over about, the serious transgression within regards to idol worship, if God forbid, is going to fall short, and different kinds of ways where he's going to do Avodah Zara. We spoke in detail, I think, back in page number 40. We did a special length where we spoke about the famous story of Abraham when he denounced the idols in the shop of Terach, and he actually was willing to give up his life, let's just say, at that point in time. Nimrod captured him, and because he smashed up nearly all the idols inside the shop, Nimrod was furious and threw him in a fiery furnace. And at the end, a miracle happened inside this fiery furnace where Hashem protected him, and it was as if he was dancing around in Gan Eden over there. Despite the fires and the flames, it could not actually hurt Abraham at the end. And that's let's say the great lengths someone has to go to within regards to admonishing Avodah Zara, and so on and so forth. And we're learning about it in all these pages over here today. We're seeing just like one can't fathom it. People are like throwing things to stones. Is this what actually created the world? What we could all be saying to ourselves, we can be flabbergasting to ourselves over here. These are just rocks, these are just stones. How can we people have worshipped it in those days. What was the Yetzer Hara within regards to it? And to something called the Mercury. But it just shows that how they were steeped inside all these things, and the disgracefulness of it, and how severe actually the Torah talks about the idol worship, how bad actually it was, how many different forms it actually came inside. So I recommend everyone to watch over the previous pages we did on Masechet Avodah Zara. We learned about other tidbits. I usually use the notes of Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. Usually it's on the OU website, the Steinsaltz.org website. It's very, very comprehensive and very, very in great detail. These notes happen to be, and it actually states over like a huge amount of detail. So I recommend everyone to learn more within regards to the page. And friends, we've already covered in this series of Masechet Avodah Zara 48 pages. It's because now we're on page 49. So naturally we have just been recording for nearly 7 weeks on this tractate. At the moment we've got another 1 month away till the Grand Siyum, so every single day. Please watch the videos. We started this series at the start of Masechet Ketubot. We're talking about, we started the series about, I think 3 years ago, but so please every day join us, join the community, watch the videos, enjoy it, share it, and be part of this community over here. So wishing you all well, blessings here from Israel, and please everyone watch over all the previous Daf Yomi videos.